Hey, what's going on, Lawn Care Nation? Richie Plemons Lawn and Landscape. I want to take a quick minute, tell you guys how I got into this job field. As you can tell, it's raining. We're not going to do any mowing today, so I'm going to take care of a small pine straw installation for one of our condominiums. And they had some trees cut down, so we're just going to basically fill that bare area with some pine straw, kind of make it look a little nicer. They're going to cut the stumps out later on in the springtime of next year. So today we're just going to do like I said, just a quick install, nothing major, nothing big, something easy to do, quick buck. So I've had a couple guys ask me on YouTube and a couple to message me on Instagram wanting to know how I got into this job field, how I got into lawn and landscape. And so I'll tell you a quick little story, the path that I took and the routes and the steps that I took to get to where I'm at now. Basically, I was a very outdoors person as a kid. I enjoyed being outside, whether it be hunting, fishing. I played football, basketball, baseball. I ran cross country. I played soccer a couple times, you know. So I was big into sports, and I always played and loved being outside. It didn't matter if it was raining, snowing, sunshine, hot. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be outside all the time. I couldn't be cooped up inside. So once I graduated high school, that led me into joining the Marine Corps, where once again, being in the infantry for 6 years, I was outdoors, I was outside, I was doing something outside, seeing something new every day, traveled the world, got to see all kinds of cool places and different cultures all around the world, and makes you realize how nice you really have it here in the country that we live in. We're blessed to have what we've got. So, but anyway, after while I was in, I actually got a degree, an associate's degree in business administration, and then once I got out of the Marine Corps, I went on to college, and while I was in college, I worked in the lawn and landscape field with a large company. Working with a larger company, I you know, learned the ropes, the ins and outs of lawn maintenance, the ins and outs of doing landscape jobs. I mostly run on a lawn maintenance crew, but there was times where I did go out with the landscaping crews and do some work, and done a little bit of heavy equipment operating. So didn't make a whole lot of money. I was making about I guess I want to say we started out at $7.50, and 2 years after I'd been there, I think I got a raise up to like $8.10 an hour. That's what I made. And you know, a lot of people may think, well, that was a long time ago. No, that was back just 2007. So 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 11 years ago. So 11 years ago. Math, you know, Marines and math. So 11 years ago, that's what I was making. So, you know, a lot of guys are, you know, it's tough to provide for a family on $8.10 an hour, but while I was in college, that was one of the few jobs I was able to do and still maintain as a full-time student. So once I graduated college, it was time to move on to a better job, and I got my bachelor's degree in occupational health and safety. And from there, I went into the trucking industry and was going to be a safety director for a trucking company. Most trucking companies want you to have some experience behind a truck, though. You know, in the seat of a truck, they want you to know the ins and outs of the trucking industry. So they want you to have a CDL. They want you to be able to drive. And driving a truck was a really good job. I mean, I made good money. I made great money, actually. My dad spent 40 years as a truck driver. He retired, and he made a good living. He was able to take care of my family, you know, me and my twin sister, and made sure we always had what we needed. And so in the trucking industry, we you know, we come from a family that's what a lot of them done. So so you guys make sure you thank a truck driver. Without those guys, we wouldn't have what we have, and they keep America moving. So everything that you touch at some point in time or another was on a truck. So remember that next time you're mad because it's too slow and he's in your way. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of semis, they're governed at a certain mile per hour, and that's all they'll do. They can't go no faster, and no matter how hard that driver tries, it's as fast as he can go. So next time you get mad that one's holding up your day, remember that. He's doing all he can do to move. So, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. I finally landed a job as a safety director for a trucking company after spending some time as a safety assistant and driving. And after about a year and a half, I realized real quick that was definitely not a job for me. I was behind a computer, sitting at a desk, getting calls at all hours of the night about something that a truck driver had done, an accident, and a lot of those accidents were not fun to be at. You know, being on scene and realized this was something I just probably wasn't wanting to do anymore. I wanted to be outside all the time and work outdoors, and that's what brought me back to the lawn and landscaping field. I left the company after realizing they were doing some things that they probably shouldn't be doing, that was, you know, detrimental to the company in the long term, being unsafe, and I just could not sit back and watch that and be a part of it as a safety director. I just decided it was time for me to move on and go away from that. So I went out and I bought a mower and a trailer, and I come home and I told my wife I was gonna start cutting grass for a living. She about had a stroke. Yeah, that was a long night at the Plemons household. So, but either way, here we are, you know, 4 years later. I do it full time now. I've been full time for 3 years now, and wouldn't have it any other way. I love what I do, and that's not to say there's no stress involved. There is stress. I mean, on a daily basis, something pops up that you know, you got to keep the wheels turning in your head to get things done. You know, a lot of you guys know, wintertime, it gets slow. I mean, it's slow in the winter, and so that's where we pick up little odds and end things to keep that money rolling through in the winter. But that's how I started in the lawn and landscaping field. I'd done it while I was in college, and then once I left the safety field, I decided to start back doing it. It was something I enjoyed while I was in college. I just wasn't making a lot of money, and I knew that at some point I would be able to make more money doing something that I love. And I hate that I couldn't stay in the safety field, and I spent all that time in college and worked through college to get that degree. I got it, and then a year and a half after landing the job that I thought I wanted to do forever, I realized real quick that it wasn't the job that I wanted to do anymore. So I took a gamble. I quit my job, bought a trailer, bought a mower, and immediately jumped on social media and started advertising, started knocking on doors, started calling you know, family and friends, and, you know, just getting the word out that I had started. And so that's how I ended up where I'm at now. We now maintain you know, quite a few properties. A lot of times it's solo. Today I'm by myself. It's raining, like I said. It's a small job, so, you know, I'm going out by myself. One thing that I've found in this industry is very tough is finding employees. Finding employees is not an easy task in this job. You know, the labor force is disappearing for better paying jobs, which is understandable. I mean, the economy's good right now, so with the economy getting better, that means there's more jobs. It means there's higher paying jobs with more benefits, and so that's what a lot of those guys are going for. I can't fault them for that at all, but it's tough. And like I said, when I started out, I made $7.50 an hour, and I think I topped out at $8.10. I start my guys quite a bit more than that, and still can't have trouble holding on. My wife's trying to call. So, but anyway, guys, we're here to pick up the pine straw. We just pulled in, got a trailer load sitting here, so we're going to grab us up about 50 bales of long needle, get it on the trailer, get over to the condos, and get that stuff slung out for you guys. And we'll catch up with you again shortly.
Strangers, believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon, loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf, I'm a lone wolf, I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a lone wolf.
Alright, so we just wrapped it up, guys. That's 48 bales of pine straw slung out. We purchased 50, had 2 left over. I slung them back on the truck, and we're gonna use them in the next pine straw job. I mean, don't waste the material and try to find a place to stick it on the property. Just go, if you can bring it back with you, try to bring it back with you every time, because you can use it later on down the road. We've got more pine straw jobs coming up. That's 2 less bales I'm gonna have to purchase for the next job. You know, like I said, why waste it and just thicken up one area when you can go ahead and just bring it with you and use it at the next property that you do, and don't have to buy those extra 2 bales. I mean, you're still charging for it, but you're not going to have to buy them. Then you've got a lot of guys up north think that pine straw is dumb, and they talk about how ugly it is. In my personal opinion, I think it looks great. I like pine straw over mulch. I can sling pine straw a lot faster than I can sling mulch. That was about, like I said, 48 bales of pine straw. We slung it out in about 30 minutes, I guess, or I slung it out in about 30 to 45 minutes. Tops 1 hour on the property, and I'm gone. And it was 50 bales that was purchased. I used 48, and I'm looking at a $300 profit in 1 hour. So I mean, you've been crazy to use mulch, where that section back there would have taken me about 6 yards of mulch. I've been there for a couple hours and made less profit. So I mean, pine straw is more profitable in my opinion. So anyway, guys, we're gonna head to the next job. I'm probably gonna wrap the video up there. I've got to be quick at the next one. I've got to pick some weeds out of a bed for a lady, and then I've got to go pick my daughter up from school. It's Friday night. It's misty rain. We got a football game tonight. We my daughter's high school, they're playing for a chance for the playoffs tonight, and number 2 in the region. So let's wish them luck, and wish all the guys luck out there on the football field tonight. Nobody gets hurt, and they get another big win. So, but anyway, guys, wrap it up. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.